Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the chat room. Now this is the place to be if you are a Sharjah Warriors fan. This is where you get up close and personal with the backroom staff. We've had conversations with Sharjah, we've had conversations with Paul Farbrace, and today it is the chance for Matthew Maynard, a seasoned coach, of course, who's always been on the road with several teams, a former English Test cricketer, but of course who's the head coach of Sharjah Warriors as far as the batting is concerned. Let's get started with this conversation. Matthew, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
In this conversation. Of course, it's a brand new league, a brand new team. What's the vibe like in the team at this point in time?
I think it's a vibe of excitement, you know. It's a new competition, as you quite rightly say. I think, you know, a lot is determined in terms of the mood of the camp by Director of Cricket, Sharjah, and Head Coach Paul Farbrace, and they're very both calm, collected people and enjoy a laugh and enjoy a smile. I think that's one of the key elements, you know, that we try and create an environment for the players that makes them feel safe, secure, but an enjoyable environment as well.
I was having a chat with Farby just a couple of days ago, and he did mention that it's very important to get the combination right, and he did mention the left and right combination as well. As the batting coach of Sharjah Warriors, what kind of combination are you looking at?
Well, for me, it's just trying to make sure the players I'm working with are as clear as possible in their minds about how they want to go about their game. So game plan, key ingredient, you know, what are your three strongest shots? You know, stick to those three strongest shots. And then from a technical point of view, are you balanced on release of ball? Are you balanced on connection with ball? And is the bat path true? And it's as simple as that, really, but it's getting to know the players. Obviously, we had one session last night, which it was great to see the striking of the players that we have. We have some very, very dangerous players in our lineup, and it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's then just trying to create that environment to allow them to play to their potential. Yeah,
in fact, it's interesting that you mentioned players playing to their strength. I was going to ask you, how does your instruction for each of these players change, and especially when it comes to sort of playing to their strength?
Well, the instruction doesn't change. I think the constant theme from a batting coach is just absolute trust and belief in your game. As soon as there's a little bit of doubt, you're not as committed to strokes. You think, should I, shouldn't I? And we don't want to be in that position. We want to be in a position that we know that with Gurbaz and Evan at the top of the order, you know, they are big strikers of the ball. You know, they can,
when they got to the bat,
just go work, try and work together as much as you can, because certain times, even in a T20 game, there'll be a certain bowler that doesn't suit a batsman's eye, that he's got to be a little bit more wary of. But it might suit the other batsman's eye. And he can really fancy to take that guy down and just playing each ball at a time. So if you go bang, bang, 2 sixes, if that third ball's in your slot again, bang, you go and commit to that, you know. And if you get held, if you get caught long on, some people will say, oh, he should have held back a little bit. But that's how, those big overs, I believe, are those overs that change the game. They're if you can get a 20, 22 over, those are the overs from a batting point of view that give you that above par score.
And how much of an impact do grounds make on your plans?
Yeah, look, the first thing that any player has to do, whether it's a batsman or a bowler, is assess the conditions. Assess the pitch that you're playing on. Is this a slow pitch? Is this pitch going to stick in? Is it going to be tough against the spinners? Am I going to sit back a little bit more, because if it's just back of a length, then I can pull that ball? Or is it skidding on nicely so I can actually hit through the line back over the bowler's head? So those things are the most important, most crucial, is to identify that surface, assess conditions as soon as possible.
Just to wrap this up, I think you've got a lineup that can easily, do you think, what's a par score for every match with the lineup that you've got? Let me put that question to you.
Well, it's not really what,
say 200,
it's not really what is a par score. We want to try and get above par. So all that information we will have beforehand from that, and we'll strive to do that, to give our bowlers a little bit more defence, you know, and likewise, if we see a venue is more fitting to chase, then we'll obviously look, if we win the toss, that's what we'll look to do. But I think if we bat first, in certain cases, even if it might be a chase chasing ground, then we have to look to get above par. And I think that's one of the things. So don't be restricted by a par score.
By the numbers.
You know, don't, you know, okay, that was there, but today is today.
Yeah.
You know, let's make a difference. Let's push that par score up.
Absolutely.
Let's go beyond it. You know, let's challenge ourselves to be, you know, as good as we possibly can be.
Yeah, let's push the envelope, as they say. And on that note, thank you, Matthew Maynard,
My
for
pleasure
joining us
indeed.
in this conversation. And hopefully we will have some more conversations on this platform. So stick around to Sharjah Warriors social media handles. This was Abhishek Sengupta for Sharjah Warriors.